Hi, welcome back to my sister's channel, Classical Bookworm. Now, today we're going on to Act 5 of Romeo and Juliet. It's gonna be crazy, so buckle in your seats because this is gonna be the last one, so we're very excited. Now, as we all know that each act has a very specific purpose, so in Act 5 it's the denouement, so the ending and, order is restored, or is it?
Is it?
So in
That's
Act
the
5, the denouement where
Denouement.
where Romeo and Juliet, they die and two families agree to end the feud. So, let's dig in. Sophia, what is going on in scene 1?
Alright, so it's the denouement, Act 5, and in scene 1, Romeo, he wakes up in a good mood, and he's like, I had a dream last night. Juliet found me dead, but then she kissed me, and I'm alive now. So it's kind of like reverse Snow White, or Frozen, I guess.
There's millions other examples.
Yeah.
Aurora, you all know that. And then Balthazar.
Yeah, Balthazar. He enters and he gives him the news of Juliet being found dead, and Romeo's like,
Then I defy you, stars.
he's like,
Scene
what?
1, line 24. And he's like, no.
And then he asks Balthazar if he has the letter from Friar Lawrence, and he's told no, because the letter wasn't delivered due to a plague outbreak. And then Balthazar goes away, and Romeo's like, I'm gonna buy poison, I'm gonna kill myself.
From an apothecary, and he's like, I'm gonna go to Juliet's tomb, and I'm gonna die right there next to my Omega kitten. And
Average boyfriend-girlfriend activities.
average, just totally normal. So in
Day in the life of a normal Italian boyfriend, killing
Yeah.
yourself on your girlfriend's body.
Scene 2. In this scene, Friar Lawrence, he's like, hey, Friar John, what's up, my bro? Romeo, what did Romeo think about the letter, He totally got it.
He didn't get the letter. There was a plague, and I got the plague, and I had to be quarantined. Sorry.
Bro, we're cooked. And Friar Lawrence is like, if Romeo doesn't know about the plan, then no one can retrieve her from her tomb.
What?
He's like, I'm gonna rescue Juliet. I'm gonna be the alpha.
Don't get the plague.
And then
Friar Lawrence, don't get the plague.
and he's gonna keep her in the cell until Romeo arrives and all this fun stuff.
Not a jail cell, but yeah.
Just a nice little living space. So
Yeah.
he sends Romeo, another letter. He's like, bro, here's what's gonna happen. Blah, 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 yip, yap, yap, zip, zap, zorb. And if you want to hear more of me being absolutely goofy, subscribe.
Yeah, do you have your BOGO spinted?
Bobo Spinted. And then, post notifications, just go like that.
Alright, so,
Scene
and then
3.
now it's scene 3. It's the final scene, and it's totally crazy. It's total mayhem. Paris, remember him? He's Juliet's fiance, and he shows up to put flowers by her grave because he wanted to marry her, and he's like, Juliet, no, oh man.
My heart! I loved her!
I loved her!
And then Pyrrhus, he sees Romeo enter.
Pyrrhus.
And he's like, I know you. You killed Tybalt.
What?
And now you probably killed Juliet
What?
indirectly, since she supposedly killed herself over grief of Tybalt's murder.
Me? Killing Juliet?
And it's crazy, bro. And,
Yeah, and then Romeo is banned from Verona, so he must be there to desecrate Juliet's tomb.
that's what Paris thinks.
Yeah, obviously. So then Paris confronts Romeo. They draw swords. They start dueling, and then Paris, stop punching me.
Pew, pew.
And then his servant leaves to go get the civil watch, and Romeo kills Paris. But then Paris is like, bury me next to Juliet.
And Romeo's like, oh, heck no. That's my wife. And so Romeo goes into the tomb with the body of Paris. And he just can't imagine the sleeping Juliet as being dead because she looks so beautiful.
And then he drinks poison to die beside her. And then Friar Lawrence shows up, and Balthazar tells him Romeo went to Juliet's tomb. He's like, am I too late? Am I too
Little
late?
bro's too late. And Friar Lawrence goes in and he's like, well, because he sees a body of Paris and Romeo. And then Juliet, she's like, hey guys, what's up? What's up?
And then she sees her dead fiance and her dead husband.
And Friar Lawrence then hears a civil watch that's showing up too. And he skedaddles from the tomb after telling Juliet, yo, Romeo and Paris, they're dead.
No.
And then Juliet stays because she's sad.
And then like, obviously she stays, and then she sees the bottle of poison next to Romeo, and she's like, oh my god, I'm gonna kiss you to get the poison.
And
so then they kiss, or she kisses him.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, so then she gets a dagger, and she stabs herself, and she dies on his body.
and then she's dead and stuff. Oh, bro, look at that. And then, after all that, the Prince Aeschylus, he shows up with Capulet, and he's like, because they find the bodies.
And then Montague shows up, and he's like, my wife, Lady Montague, she's dead because of Romeo's banishment. And now Romeo is dead too.
This is crazy, bro.
What?
And then Balthazar has a letter from Romeo confirming by our Lord's story that the two were secretly wed.
What?
Yo, how crazy can this get? Like,
and then Capulet and Montague agree to end their feud, and they both vow to build golden statues of the other's child. Capulet builds a statue of Romeo, and Montague builds a statue of Juliet.
That's kind of silly, yo, but I have a question that's going to make
What's
me
your
sound
question?
really smart in class. Is Romeo and Juliet more about love or hate?
I think it's kind of complicated, but ultimately, I think it's more about hate. Like, on the surface, it's about love. They fall in love, and that's kind of, like, what happens in the play and stuff. But behind the scenes, it's more hate. Their parents hate each other. Romeo hates Juliet's relatives. He kills Tybalt, and a bunch of people are killed, too. Yeah, there's a lot of killing going on. And so the hate kind of
Doesn't
triumphs.
just impact. Yeah, it doesn't just impact the main characters, but, like, the side characters.
Yeah, it impacts everybody, and it triumphs over love. Because ultimately, Romeo and Juliet's love couldn't save them. It couldn't, like, it did indirectly end their family's feud, but it couldn't save them.
And ironically, it's kind of like this whole romance play was secretly a consequence of love. And it's like just hate and stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not all goody two shoes. Bye.
Bye.
I really hoped it was more romantic.
It's okay.
Ah!
It's okay.
Ah!